and welcome to Wednesday Debate Live with Taghreed Hussein here on Nile TV International. Tonight we'll be talking the tourism potential in Egypt in the new republic. And as we all know, home to the ancient pharaohs, Egypt is the destination that is full of dazzling temples and tombs that actually steal the heart and soul of all the visitors. Thanks to the new republic, it's not all about historic treasures or tourist attractions, but Egypt today, we find non-stop visits, adding new achievements to the different destinations, the new cities of Egypt. Not only heritage, as with vast tracts of the deserts for adventures, we have definitely the Red Sea with its beauty, with the world-class reefs, cruising the famous Nile River. The beach lovers also would head to Sinai, the Red Sea, or the North Coast. You name it. We have the marvelous New Alamein city, which is actually today making headlines and stealing headlines around the world. Archaeology fans would also love to have a field day, whether in Luxor or in Upper Egypt. So the mother of the world has it all. You can enjoy lots of things to do in Egypt. Egypt came first, then came history. Today, Egypt is making history again. And New Egypt is actually weaving a tapestry of historical treasures and breathtaking sights, and also lots and lots of achievements. Along with my dear guest, our distinctive guest, Mr. Waleed Battoty, who is the World Federation of Tourist Guide Associations ambassador. And we're very proud that Waleed is in this post, because definitely he will serve a lot the tourism potential in Egypt. Waleed, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
As always, to the Wednesday debate.
Thank you very much.
Well, lots of messages today, and before delving into the main topic, we'll be talking about the new republic, the new potential, and more. Let's have a look at today's headlines. Starting off with the presidential activity, President Sisi was briefed on the efforts to develop the natural lakes at the level of the Republic, especially the lakes of Manzala and Lake Nasser. Ambassador Bassem Radi, official spokesman for the presidency, stated that President Sisi directed to complete the pillars of the development for Lake Manzala through an integrated strategy, adding to what has been achieved, that restore the environmental nature of the lake through the development of the fishing capabilities to enhance the job opportunities, and also to help the fishermen from the villages of the governorates overlooking the lake to benefit from the production of fish and its economic, commercial, and food returns. Another news that was making headlines earlier in the day, Hyundai Rotem won the tender offered by the National Authority for Tunnels, subsidiary of the Egyptian Ministry of Transport, to provide and locally produce the subway trains for the second and the third lines until 2028, and also the maintenance of the trains for 8 years after the expiration of the guarantee period. The signing ceremony was attended by Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli, Kamil Al-Wazir, the Minister of Transport, Rani Al-Mashat, Minister of International Cooperation, Hala Saeed, Minister of Planning and Economic Development, and Ahmed Samir, the Minister of Trade and Industry. Ambassador of South Korea in Egypt, His Excellency Hong Shin-wook, expressed his gratitude for the Egyptian side's efforts to ensure the success of this tender in his remarks during the signing ceremony that was held on the 24th of August in Al Alamein. Ambassador Hong added that the success of this tender definitely symbolizes the deep economic cooperation between Egypt and Korea, a cooperation geared towards building a better future and strengthening the transportation infrastructure, which is expected to increase the social welfare of Egyptian citizens as well as boost Egyptian exports. Ambassador Hong praised the Egyptian government's efforts in expanding the metro and expressed his hope that winning the tender would strengthen cooperation between the two nations, emphasizing on the importance of this project on improving the standard of living of Egyptians and its contribution to the economy. And on this leading story, we're really honored to have with us His Excellency Ambassador Khaled Rahman, Egypt's ambassador to Korea. Your Excellency, thank you so much for joining us. As I said in the introduction, that was a leading story earlier in the day. Hyundai Rotem wins the bid for the provision and local production of electric trains. Again, another dimension and a reflection of boosting cooperation and this solid partnership between Egypt and Korea. Mr. Ambassador.
Yes, thank you very much. I can't hear you properly.
Can you hear me, Your Excellency?
Yes,
is that clear?
Yes, this is clear, yes.
I have with me Mr. Waleed Battoty, Ambassador of the World Federation of Tourist Guides Association, and he's saying hello to you, Ambassador.
Yes, hello, Mr. Waleed. How are you? My pleasure to be talking to you on Nile TV.
It's pleasure, Your Excellency, Ambassador Khaled. I know wherever you put your foot, there will always be good feedback for tourism to our country. So I'm very optimistic since you went to and took the post in South Korea that I'm very sure, inshallah, we will have a very good season for the next 4 years, inshallah.
Definitely. Ambassador, the success of this tender definitely symbolizes the deep cooperation between both countries, Egypt and Korea. So it's another milestone and another step on the road of partnership.
Yes, definitely it is, yes, indeed. And it's a very important step because it is a step that will localize industry and technology and know-how in Egypt. And these are the directives of His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi for us to work with our Korean partners as the Egyptian Embassy in Seoul is to engage in attracting Korean investment and Korean companies to work with their Egyptian partners to localize the industry and to work together further enhance the industrial infrastructure in Egypt in order to attract more companies from Korea. And definitely today's signing ceremony is a testimony of these efforts. And the cooperation between Egypt and Korea goes back many years. And these are the fruits of what the Egyptian government is pursuing to develop its infrastructure in industry.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Hong of South Korea praised the Egyptian government's efforts in expanding the metro and expressed hope that winning this tender would definitely strengthen the sense of cooperation between the two nations. We can see that the sky is the limit if we're talking a partnership with South Korea in the different domains, in technology, in the field of industry, here today in the field of transport. So tell us more, Ambassador, about the importance of this current project and this bid and how it reflects and its contribution on the economy.
Yes, definitely transportation is one of the core infrastructure that will develop the connectivity between Egyptian cities, and it will engage more in the enhancement of the cycle of the economy and the ecosystem that Egypt is currently building. As we know that we are building more than 14 new cities at the same time, and these new industries in the field of railway and metro are going to be very crucial for people to be able to execute the economic activities and for people to move between cities. And as you know, Korea is very advanced in this field, and we've engaged with Korea in other projects. Currently, we are looking to establish also scientific and research base for these industries in Egypt. And one of the ongoing negotiations has been through a memorandum of understanding which has been signed to eventually establish a branch of KAIST. And the KAIST is Korea Institute of Advanced Science and Technology in Egypt, in the new administrative capital. and we hope to see this branch of KAIST very soon in Egypt. This is another base, which is R&D, which is research and development for the sake of economic development. And this is the core of the Egyptian government's policy, is to build an infrastructure through science and technology and implement it on the ground on how to build and the connectivity of cities. As you know, Egypt will be hosting very soon the COP27.
Yes.
And the green economy is very important in the future. We see the effects of climate change. So these trains, which are going to be operated with the newest technology, which is environmentally friendly, are very important for Egypt and for overcoming the effects of climate change and pollution. So definitely we are moving in the right track, and we are cooperating with our Korean partners and engaging even more in other aspects, not only in the field of railway and metro.
Definitely, and we're looking forward, Your Excellency, for further cooperation with Korea. Nile TV International has been in the heart of Seoul, shooting more than one exclusive there and meeting with top-notch officials. We're really proud of the Egyptian-Korean sense of partnership, and congratulations, Mr. Ambassador, Excellency Ambassador Khaled Rahman, Egypt's ambassador to Korea. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Debate Live.
Thank you very much. It's always my pleasure to be with Nile TV. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Mr. Battoty, as His Excellency was saying, that the sky is always the limit, we can see a sense of partnership, sense of exposure with Egypt in the different fields of communication. Today, definitely with Korea. Let's watch Discover Korea, part giving you a glimpse of Nile TV's shooting in Korea, and we'll be back.
Please.
Let's watch.
Discover Korea. Be inspired by nature. On exclusive with Waleed Hussein. A dazzling range of experiences for travelers. The beauty of a high-tech nation balanced by reverence for tradition. Nile TV interviews top-notch officials in Korea. Discover Korea on exclusive. Only on Nile TV International.
From the heart of Seoul to the heart of the New Alamein city. New Alamein city today is making headlines, stealing headlines, let me say, for tourism, for the prestigious events that are held, presidential events as well. We had the important five-way Arab Summit held in New Alamein. And by doing that, definitely the president is contributing to brand Egypt globally. So eyes are on New Alamein and the new republic, isn't it, Waleed?
Well, let me, if I may say, I just came from a trip in Europe, and of course, I never travel anywhere without comparing always with Egypt. And I visited some very famous beaches abroad. Nothing to be compared with the beaches that we have in the north coast of Egypt or the Red Sea and Sinai Peninsula. But I'm going to talk now about the Mediterranean, since where I've been is the opposite of us in the Mediterranean. Nothing to be compared. The beaches, everything, the water, I mean the clearance of the water and the facilities. And I just returned back, but I've been told that for the first time, the Egyptian government noted that in Al Alamein there is public beaches, so people can go.
Yes.
So anybody can go, can enjoy the beauty of this. Especially, it offers everything and caters everything. By the way, they say if you just want to go, it's very impressive.
This is the impressive, beautiful New Alamein city. Yeah.
Yes, I know that there has been some criticism by some of the people who does not want the good for our country. Okay, there is people always look at the negative part all the time. But you know what? How many people is going to get a job? How many people is going to buy water? How many people is going to get an extra job? How many electrician man will go and live there and have a family? And there will be a school, and there will be elementary school, middle school, high school, and universities. Okay, so there will be a life. I know that the Al Alamein is targeting 4 million people inhabited to live there. So this is, we're just creating another, adding another, in my opinion, it will be another governorate, to be honest with you.
Here we go.
Everything is done from scratch. Yeah, I mean, they took care of everything.
Yeah.
They have very good hospitals, by the way.
Yes.
They have.
Look at this land. You know, this was used to be like full of landmines. You know, as we were taught this as kids in schools long time before. This was in history. Look,
yes.
Today it has become one of the most beautiful Mediterranean cities in the world.
How many gardeners are going to get a job? How many plumber? How many electricians?
Yeah, how many job opportunities will be
It's
offered?
lots of job opportunities, and this is how I see my country.
Yeah.
This is how we want to introduce the new republic.
Yeah.
We have to have new capitals everywhere, and we really have to show the beauty of, look at this, look at this. It's amazing. And by the way, there is also nearby some very good walking promenades, and I wish all the brands of the world come and open here in Egypt. So when the visitors comes who enjoy shopping, let them shop, let them buy whatever they want, and if it's expensive, it's expensive. If it doesn't suit you, it doesn't suit you, it's fine. But I want everybody, and I want, you know, markets for everybody. You know, there is chance for everyone. Look at this, it's just...
It's amazing, you know, and it's magic here on Egyptian soil. It has been attracting the world's attention. Even those at the Far East, they were also keen to come to Alamein city for, you know, that important contract. This agreement with Korea was signed also in New Alamein city. So it's booming, and it started, you know, to correlate to Egyptian success stories. And this is what is interesting about it.
As I said at the very beginning, with His Excellency Ambassador Khaled, this man, whenever he goes, he boosts tourism. He loves tourism. When he was in the Czech Republic, he was the consul over there, and he always worked with the ministers of tourism, of bringing the media of the country that he was posted at, and he makes them come and have a great time over here in Egypt. And I remember they came in a very crucial time, but he managed to boost it very strongly when he was there. So I'm very optimistic that with South Korea, we're really going to see a very good season. Thinking probably from this year.
Definitely. Well, we have welcomed, of course, at New Alamein city, kings and royals and world leaders coming to Egypt, seeing the beauty of the place. We've seen His Excellency, the President, touring the New Alamein city. You see the crystal water here that you were talking about, Waleed, that has been unparalleled in the whole world. That important five-way summit, actually, very meaningful that it is held at New Alamein city.
Being able to bring the attention by hook or by crook, you know, to bring the attention of the world to Egypt and have the focus on Egypt. Bear in mind, we did not yet took advantage of everything we have. I was just thinking, coming to the studio today, that we never took advantage that when God himself wanted to reveal himself, he only revealed himself over this land.
Yeah, Mount Moses, yes.
In the whole entire world.
Yes.
In the whole entire world, he revealed himself in Egypt. Okay? I wish we can take advantage of this. I know that Egypt is working very hard now in Red Sea as well as the Sinai Peninsula. And I know from my own sources that Egypt will be surprising the world with an unbelievable also beach resort in the south of Egypt, on the Red Sea.
Yes.
There is something out of this world is coming. I know that from some friends that we're preparing a big surprise to the world.
For big, big headlines.
And look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's beautiful that we have to take advantage. I heard someone was saying about the firework. He says it's too much. You know what? I was in Europe this last month, and I've been to a park. They use every day fireworks. Why not? Why not? If this is the
Attracts.
way to, because we want to get the economical benefit.
Right.
You know, we want to attract. If they do it every day,
Yeah.
so why not? Yes, of course we
Beautiful,
should.
beautiful,
Yes.
and the beats is just so positive, and it's great that you've mentioned also concerning the public beaches, because every Egyptian definitely have the right to enjoy his country. So
That
it's great.
is very important.
A great point.
It is.
That has
It is.
happened.
Whoever did think of this,
Yeah.
chapeau.
Chapeau, yeah.
Yes, because it's the rights of every Egyptian to go to the most popular place in the country and enjoy it.
Yeah. Let's enjoy the beat, the vibes of New Alamein city, and we will be back to talk another dazzling opportunity. Egypt never stops to dazzle the whole world. And our ancient pharaohs, our ancestors, one of them is definitely Ramses the Great, is still dazzling the whole world. We'll be back right after showing you more from New Alamein city. So Egypt never stops dazzling the whole world, and this has been clear through our heritage. King Ramses and the Pharaoh's gold exhibit that is held in the United States sells 8,000 tickets upon inauguration. And definitely it's a very distinctive exhibition. You know, whenever we have Mr. Waleed, our kings and queens in the headlines, they always steal the headlines. King Tut, look at the different exhibits that were held for the boy king and also for King Ramses the Great. And they will, the Egyptian king also.
The Mu.
The Mu is also making headlines. And the hat of another king is making headlines too.
Yes. Well, there's an exhibit in the United States right now. And in the inauguration, yes, you're right. Dr. Zay Hawass was there. And I personally received phone calls immediately after people left the show because they're asking him, we want to go to Egypt. So he says, I'll send you with someone. I want to benefit more from Dr. Zay. More. We know where he loved and adored. People like him very much. He's a great storyteller. He has a charisma, and he knows how to introduce the Egyptian heritage and the Egyptian tourism. And it is not just antiquities.
Yes, look here at the number of visitors. 8,000 tickets upon inauguration, and how beautiful, you know. Always they have great passion for the Egyptian history and the great Egyptian civilization.
You know, right now we are using, I personally, using a new technique with the tourist. Not just talking about history and tombs and the construction and the temples and all of this. No, we talk about the daily life. People are very much interested to know about the daily life. People are very much interested to talk about the jewelry that women used to wear, the makeup, the perfume, the food, the wine, the beer, what they used to have.
Daily rituals.
The relationship between man and woman, the courthouse, how did they do this? The poems There was beautiful poems that was written in ancient Egypt time. The doctors. So I think we have vast knowledge to give and share and introduce Egypt again and again and again and again, especially with the modern technology and the new studies now coming, is showing and revealing new things. I mean, very soon we will find out that from the tomb of King Tutankhamun, they found jars of wine with wine in it. That's going to be exposed in the gym, the Grand Egyptian Museum. The Civilization Museum. If you look at the Civilization Museum now,
it's a piece of art.
It's a piece, and it has its own glamour
aura,
now. All over the world. Now, as I told you, I was just abroad. Everybody asks me now, and it used to be before, people used to think that a Civilization Museum was gym. Now they differentiate and they understand that the parade of the royal mummies was from the Cairo Egyptian Museum to Civilization Museum. We did not open yet the gem, and we're offering more and more. The planning was happening to tourism. They played in the infrastructure of tourism, and the Egyptian government now, really with the New Republic.
The National Museum here of Civilization, unparalleled in its beauty, and also erected according to the latest up-to-date technologies.
Yes, but
Ahmed Ghunaim is doing a great job also.
He's fantastic.
Receiving Egypt's guests.
He's fantastic, and he has more to give, by the way. We did not take everything yet. This man has plenty of ideas, okay? But I wish that they could give him the fountains, the fountains next to him. By the way, I just watched an episode about Totti, the soccer player, the legendary, with a very famous Egyptian TV show, and he was over there. It was so beautiful, and people from Italy started to take the bites from the Egyptian television and re-air it one more time and play it on the social media. We should take advantage of all of this. The Egyptian king, Mo Salah, has to come. This is a national duty. Has to come. Has to invite Liverpool.
Yes, he really never hesitates actually to market Egypt globally. The great Mo. Look at the wonderful display of the masterpieces of the pieces themselves.
What amazes me that this museum, still with the same standard as when it was opened by President Abdel Fattah Sisi.
Yes.
They kept it, so we can do it. Yes. That's what I say. When you have the facilities and when you have the equipment and everything, you can keep it shining and up to the standard. But I want to take more advantage of the lake next to it, okay, to be used more. We should set night shows and things like this.
Cultural events.
Yes, yes. I'm dreaming, always been my dream, is that some of the big companies in Egypt sponsor, because the government can't really do everything, but they can sponsor and they get them to benefit out of it, to do the same laser show and the lighting show was done during the movement of the royal parade. Yes, let's just redo it. If we've done it once, why not? We could do it, and then we will have tourists to come in the evening to stand in Tahrir Square. Buses will be dropping them. They will come by public transportation, by taxis, by...
I can remember, the feedback was like pouring from every corner of the world. I had lots of friends abroad, and they were seeing it as amazing. They called it the most amazing spectacle ever that they had seen.
And there used to be the little canal by the pyramids, and it's been covered now. And they really did a great job. My dream is to allow the students and the artists here in Egypt that could sit and draw. We have people, they do this. So they could sit and draw, and some other youngsters could take a corner and play music, okay? And then there'll be lots of little cafes, little restaurants.
Yes.
We don't
That's
have to
marketing.
really. Yes, let's just change. And
Out of the box way of marketing, yeah.
in France, there is. I don't want to promote the place very much, but there's a place that you go, and it's surrounded by artists that's sitting around that draw you, and then they make a little money. Why not? And there is restaurants and cafes selling anything. They take anything from you. If you sit and have a glass of water.
Here's the king that welcomes you at Jem, at the entrance. King Ramses the Great. He's the greatest and most celebrated and most powerful king, actually, and pharaoh of the new kingdom. Why do you think he attracted attention that much with gold associated to his name in the States?
Let me tell you something. To be honest with you, historically, there is a pharaoh called Amenophis III, the father of Amenophis IV, who later on changed his name to Akhenaten. He has more statues made for him, more than Ramesses II. Ramesses II took some of the work of, but this is very technical. Let's not go there. I was the only guide in the whole entire country honored to be invited. You remember when the statue of Ramesses II which was placed in Ramses Station.
Yes,
and
it was moved,
and then we had a celebration to have the engineering department in the Egyptian army to move him inside. Okay, and they played the.
Here he goes, the king.
Yes, I was there the day he was moved.
He was moved, yeah.
And you know what gives everybody goosebumps, because there was everybody there. When the military, they saluted him as
king.
a chief commander of the Egyptian army.
Wow.
Ramesses II was the chief commander.
What a spectacle.
It was from the Egyptian army to a previous commander of the Egyptian army, and they saluted him. Unbelievable, unbelievable. I wish they play this part of this at the movement, because the movement itself, it's unbelievable. And the work was done to do this. This is a dream. This, and we've always said here that this is Egypt's gift to the world.
It is. It is Egypt's gift to the world. The whole world is actually awaiting the inauguration of Jem. We have lots and lots of news-stealing headlines upcoming. We have the COP27, and we're actually looking forward also to the inauguration of Jem. All are super top-notch events that are going, inshallah, to attract
if anybody has
lots of people to Egypt.
If anybody has in his heart a little piece of love to this country, we'll look at it and see that we have, inshallah, a very booming season. We're expecting a big movement and big traffic is going to happen during COP27. We don't know. We've heard a few times that maybe there will be a partially opening at that time, but because there's World Cup and there's COP27, and we want to really give it because if it's open on Monday, 2020 whatever, it doesn't make any difference. This is Jem. It will have its own thing,
its own glory.
Yes, it will attract the whole world, and the whole world will see it. And I'm sure Dr. Zahi is promoting this right now abroad very well, and I hope the Egyptian government start to take more advantage of the things that we have. I told you that we should emphasize on that this is the only country and the whole entire earth that God, when He wanted to reveal Himself, He revealed Himself in Egypt. So we should be very proud of this, and we should take advantage of this, and we should promote this. And then the Holy Family, when they came here to Egypt, in the Bible, Matthew 2:13, arise, take the child and flee to Egypt. Never said go to...
Flee to Egypt, flee to security, flee to safety.
100%.
Yes, and
flee to Egypt.
That is the key. The mother of the world is always welcoming visitors from the different corners of the world. Whenever our pharaohs go, you find an amazing passion and interest in the Egyptian history, culture and civilization. Let's see more about the highlights of Ramses the Great and the gold of the pharaohs in this report.
On the 20th of August 2022, the blockbuster touring exhibition arrived to its next location,
de Young Museum in Golden Gate Park, San Francisco, USA, where it will remain until the 12th of February 2023. Egypt's Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities declared in a statement that Ramses and the Pharaohs Gold Exhibition in the US sold 8,000 tickets upon its inauguration at M.H. de Young Memorial Museum in San Francisco, USA. This museum is the exhibition's second stop after the Houston Museum of Natural Sciences. During the first hour of its opening, the exhibition succeeded in attracting a large number of visitors who expressed their fascination with the exhibition and the way the artifacts were displayed. It's worth mentioning that the Ramses and the Pharaohs Gold Exhibition was inaugurated in its first stop in November 2021 at the Houston Museum of Natural Sciences, including 181 artifacts from the holdings and collections of the Egyptian Museum in Tahrir Square, dating back to the era of King Ramses II, in addition to some artifacts from the discoveries unearthed by the Egyptian mission in Al-Bubastin area in Sa'ara. Ramses and the Gold of the Pharaohs exhibition showcases artifacts that highlight some of the distinctive characteristics of the ancient Egyptian civilization, especially from the Middle and Modern Kingdoms to the late era. The exhibits include a group of statues, ornaments, paintings, stone blocks decorated with inscriptions, and statues of deities in the form of birds and animals, as well as some colorful wooden coffins. Besides exceptional artifacts representing the king himself, there are also sarcophagi, animal mummies, jewelry, royal masks, amulets, and exquisite golden treasures from the tomb of Ramses. This collection of extraordinary objects is a testament to the workmanship of ancient Egyptian craftspeople. It's worth noting that a group of videos that tell the history of King Ramses II and the war battles he led, especially the Battle of Kadesh, are displayed at the exhibition, as well as virtual visits to the exhibition that take the visitor on a journey with King Ramses II throughout his history. From San Francisco, the exhibition will head to Europe, where the first stop is going to be at La Villette Cultural Park in Paris from April to September of 2023.
كلمة حلوة وكلمتين حلوة يا بلدي غنوة حلوة وغنوتين حلوة يا بلدي كلمة حلوة وكلمتين حلوة يا بلدي غنوة حلوة وغنوتين حلوة يا بلدي.
We were talking about the Egyptian jewelry. We have definitely unparalleled Egyptian artists who in this field can throw gold exhibits and more. However, the pieces that we see affiliated to our pharaohs and the ancient monarchs come unparalleled. Look at King Tut treasures and Ramses the Great. The minute details, the embellishments, it's just amazing.
I've seen in this trip in Europe a lot of women wearing Egyptian jewelry, the key of life, the eye of Horus.
Yes.
I mean, we should also brand ourselves in this, as you said, gold, and we should really do the big jewelry because there's a market for it. There is a market that
appreciates the taste.
Yeah, of course, and it's out of this world. Look at the tombs. Believe it or not, there is in some of the tomb of Queen Nefertari, there's someone went inside the tomb and picked up some of the dresses over there, and they made it abroad, made out of linen. The Egyptian linen is the best in the world. So we still have more to come to gain, and I think it's the time to start to gain. With the new republic, I think we could make more and start to benefit more, and take our level of the tickets to the sites to the level where it really belongs. Yes. I still see that we're charging very little. I think we should charge more. We should charge in foreign currency. We could make more money, and we could benefit out of this more and more. We have great guides in Egypt compared to the guides of the world, and I've always been saying this. We have great guides in Egypt, very well trained, a good number of them, universities, and I believe very much soon there will be some enhancing on the quality. They will start to emphasize on the language and the quality and the appearance. They went back to the interview in the universities. All of these things that tells you it's an indication that within the next coming up 4 years, we're really going to focus on this.
That's great.
Much.
And we have also artificial intelligence playing a very important role in tourism today, and the state-of-the-art technology regarding museums. We will see this a lot too.
Inshallah, I'm very optimistic, and with the footage that you showed today, it boosted my energy and
morale.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Waleed, for the positive vibes and the great news as always. We're looking forward to more hits and to Gem and a lot upcoming. Mr. Waleed al-Battoty, Ambassador Waleed al-Battoty, the World Federation of Tourist Guides Association Ambassador. Thank you so much for joining Nile TV International. Always a pleasure having you. And
the pleasure is mine, and the honor is mine. I've always
on my debate live. Thank you, Waleed. Thank you so much. And I thank you, dear viewers, for joining us. That was Wednesday Debate Live, and I'm Khaled Hussein, thanking you all for watching.